Yo, why do these JoJo episodes feel so short, man? It's literally, I press play, and then it plays, and then it finishes. Like I hear ending tune. The episode plays for 1 second, then I hear ending tune. It's so short, man. I can't take it. This was an amazing episode. These 4 episodes of JoJo, incredible. And this episode, it actually, it really has me hyped because this episode actually ends off stating that we will get to meet the team, the other characters, guys. I wanted to meet them so bad. The only time we really see them are in the trailer and in the opening. Now we're gonna get to see their personalities and all of that good stuff. I cannot wait, guys. I'm hyped. Episode 5. Yo, Friday needs to come already. And it's crazy I'm saying this in Friday. You know what I mean? It's Friday and I'm saying Friday needs to come already. But like I said, an incredible episode. The one thing that I love this episode is, Koichi. You see, Koichi had a very great scene to me this episode. And it's a scene where, he sees and he tells Jotaro that, Giorno isn't as bad as we think. Because you see, the whole thing with Giorno is the fact that he's Dio's son. Although, we all like to get technical. He's Dio and Jonathan's son, you know what I mean? Who cares about their mother? He's Dio and Jonathan's son. Who cares about the mom? So, although we like to get technical and say it's Jonathan, I still put Dio in it because it's like, it's both. It's the best of both worlds. Giorno has the, abilities of, not even abilities, but more the attributes of Dio and the attributes of Jonathan, which is really awesome. I feel like because of that, it makes him a more interesting character. You think about it, you have someone like Dio who's just pure evil, Jonathan who's like, he's this noble man and whatnot, and then you have like Dio, like he's pure evil, guys, he's pure evil, and it's like the battle of the blood right there. It's so, like, honestly, if you really think about it, it's deep and it's beautiful, man. I love it. So yeah, this episode, Koichi calls Jotaro and tells him, like, Giorno isn't as bad as we think. He may be good. And he mentions that Giorno has the righteousness of a Joestar. Like the same feeling that he feels when he's seen Jotaro, Joseph, Josuke. Giorno has that. And that, just seeing that, I couldn't help but smile. Because I feel like, honestly, for me, even though we had this fight with Black Sabbath, like, honestly, going back at Black Sabbath, there was a lot of badass moments this episode. So, yeah, even though we had that moment with, Black Sabbath and even Popo, the end with Popo, oh my gosh. That scene itself was just so amazing for me. Like, I just couldn't help but smile and be happy. Yeah, so we find out about the stand, Black Sabbath, which is basically the stand that we saw last episode, Popo's stand basically, the remote control far distance stand, that because of, the relighting of the lighter, he came up and he was going to attack us. So now, here's the thing that I really want to talk about. Like, Black Sabbath is really cool and whatnot. Just even the ability how Black Sabbath relies on the shadow. Because you see, the thing is, when we were fighting Black Sabbath, I mean, it was pretty easy to understand though. It wasn't like too hard. Because if you think about it, Black Sabbath was grabbing people's souls from their shadows. You know what I mean? Just dragging their souls and whatnot. So when you see that and you understand what his ability is, it was easy to understand that, of course, Black Sabbath cannot be in the sun. Like, he has to be in the shadows in order to fight. So how it works is, Giorno, if Giorno's in the sun, Black Sabbath won't attack you. But as soon as you hit the shadows, Black Sabbath can attack you. So, and it's crazy because it's like, it's about to be nightfall. The sun is coming down. So it's like, we have to fight Black Sabbath in an amount of time. Because if we don't beat him now and the sun goes down, bro, it's Black Sabbath time. Like, he's legit gonna destroy us because this is his playground, you know what I mean? Just seeing how Giorno and Koichi work together to, try to handle the situation with Black Sabbath, it's really enjoyable. And it raises a question in mind, right? You see, the thing that I noticed here, Giorno and Koichi fought together. So it was like a 2 versus 1 kind of thing. And I was always thinking, so is the theme for this part, like, I don't know, right? I don't read the chapters or anything like that. Everything I say is off my head and my opinions on, like, off the episodes and what I enjoy, right? Is this part of JoJo gonna be more like stand battles? Like, for example, you would see Bruno and Giorno fighting together, like fighting someone together. Like, it's gonna be more about like the stand battles and teamwork kind of thing. Because if it is, that would be pretty interesting. And like, before I even get into more things, I just want to say David Production is doing an incredible job with part 5. Every episode is so beautiful, so appealing to the eye, and well, for me it feels well paced. I don't know like how the manga is, how it's being paced, but I know they're doing a great job. Like I feel like it's being paced properly and all of that. Like it's not rushed. It's like everything's happening just perfectly right on time. You know what I mean? And just the ending scene as well, how Popo is killed. That also goes back to another thing that I want to talk about. From what I was told by all of you, you said that this part, I don't know if you guys said it's either the darkest part or the more, like, the most violent. But it was between those lines. You said it's either the most violent or the darkest part of JoJo. And now I can see what you're talking about. Like, I was told that in this part of JoJo, when they fight to kill. And honestly, even though people may not claim that the Black Sabbath fight and Golden Experience was a fight, I do think it was a fight. Because honestly, it was a fight, you know what I mean? Like, even if it was a short fight and whatnot, and it was Koichi and Giorno facing him, it was still a fight to me. And to see how Popo, even after losing, because he did lose, he ended up dying, and Giorno even joined the gang. So if you look at it like this, if things are really going this way, like people who fight, like when you go into a fight, like you're bound, if you don't win, you die kind of thing, I'm actually hyped for that. But then again, I'm scared, because if any of our main characters die because they lose a fight, oh my gosh, the feels, I'll be so hurt. I don't want anyone to die, yo. And because you see the thing with part 4, who really died in part 4? Of course, like we know who died, but like out of the main gang, no one died. So, of course, I love that. But then again, we did lose Shigechi. Rest in peace to Shigechi, yo. That hurt. And the way he died. Man. The feels, straight up. The way Shigechi died. Part 4, like, it wasn't too crazy with, like, friends dying and whatnot. Yeah, we did have a couple that died, but it wasn't insane like the previous parts of JoJo. Like part 3, everyone gone, you know what I mean? Like what the heck, man? Everyone literally died. All we were left with was Jotaro, Polnareff, and Joseph. So everyone literally died in part 3. Since this is supposed to be the most violent part, I'm expecting something along those lines. Like, we will lose main characters and it will get crazy. And literally, it scares me, but it hypes me. Like, I cannot wait. I'm so hyped to watch JoJo. This journey is amazing. Honestly, this journey is amazing. Just the whole scene with how Giorno, he set Popo up. Just like his death and whatnot. He even joined the gang. Because Popo, he didn't know if we relit it. So even though we relit it, we came back and gave it to him, and because of the way his stand is set up, they don't know things. You know what I mean? Because it's like long distance and whatnot. So he didn't know we relit it. So he gave us the emblem to join the gang, and we're in the gang now. And then we also kill him. So Giorno makes one of his food, like a banana, into a pistol. He transforms the pistol into a banana, and when Popo's taking the bite of the banana, he kills himself. Wow, that literally took me by surprise, because I was always thinking like Popo's this big guy, you know what I mean? He's like this top dog dude, so it's like he won't die so early. I thought there would be more of him, but just to see he was so easily killed off and whatnot, and just the means of why he was killed off, because Popo gives this speech to Giorno. He's like, Giorno, the only thing you should really risk your life is like when you're insulted, like when you're betrayed, along those lines. That's the only thing you will risk your life for, or like that's the only thing. And I kind of respect that to an extent, because it is a respectable thing. If someone like if you think about it like this, right? You risk your life for your your principles and whatnot. Like if I'm insulted, I risk my life for that type of stuff. Like I won't get insulted. It's like it's kind of it's manly. You gotta give respect to it. And then he goes on to saying like, but, he believes that people who get killed, like killers are forgivable, like killers can be forgiven by God. And I really love it, because you see, the reason why Giorno kills Popo is because the old man who was killed last episode because of the stand arrow, he feels, Popo insulted his life. You know what I mean? So up to Giorno, he wanted to take vengeance for that. And it's like when you see Giorno do that, handle things in his own hands and take vengeance up for that old man, it's really respectable. Like, it's beautiful, man. It's like beautiful, literally. Amazing, amazing episode. I can't eat, like, this is a good episode. This is a good episode, honestly. I don't think, though, we'll see Koichi anymore. I feel like this was the last we'll get to see of him. I don't know why. I kind of had that feeling. Because the way this episode went on, and then, you know, Koichi, of course, he called up Jotaro and all of that. I feel like this may be the last time we see Koichi or Jotaro from this part on. And plus, it would make sense, right? But then again, I don't mind seeing Koichi and Jotaro some more. I love them. I don't mind seeing Josuke. Where's Josuke? Even though we did get some Josuke over here. Like we've seen, of course, of, you know, Jonathan, Josuke, no, actually we didn't see of Jonathan, but we've seen Josuke, Joseph, and Jotaro. Like when Koichi was mentioning how Giorno is just like them, it showed like, you know, their pictures and whatnot. But yeah, thank you for watching. I think that sums up everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything here. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you made it to the end, you're amazing, yo. Peace out.